Well, hello there. It's been a while. Just got the new Menards switch in the mail a couple of days ago, and this is the package that it comes in. Literally was mailed exactly like this. There's the shipping label, and it was just taped across the bottom here. So I opened it inside to check it out. And anyway, one of these type of boxes. Open it up. It's got this one sheet of paper here with it. And there she is. Piece of foam. Nice looking right off the top. Just checking it out, the packaging and everything. Switch machine looks similar to a older Lionel. This is the switch control, which looks like a little choo-choo. Got the buttons on the top here. I don't know if they're lit or not, and there's really no way to mount the thing, so I guess you could just run a couple of screws through the ends. Anyway, that's an extension cord. It's got this pin system on here. Clicks together. Comes with rail joiners. This is the other end here. It's kind of neat that you can disconnect it from right there. So if you want to pull the switch out and work on it, you can disconnect it and pull the switch up. Looking at it pretty close, they've already got the gaps cut for the non-derail. It's got a metal frog, which is nice. I'm glad. Looks like the roller middle rail goes all the way to the edge, so your rollers won't drop. And it's got the old red-green lantern like Lionel. Now I noticed here that with the switch straight, it's got the red lantern, so that's backwards. So I'm sure this will probably pop off and switch it around. I'm not sure. So take it out of here. Look at it this way. This is the back side, little screws, and it looks like the switch machine. It looks like you can take it off and possibly switch it to the other side, which I'm sure you can, because if you can't, that big old honking thing is going to be in the way if you have a crossover. But looking at the instructions, there's absolutely nothing on here about the switch machine or switching it to the other side over here, which is what I will have to do on my layout because it won't fit this way. The other side is basically, this is all you get, this one little page. There's no other instructions or anything else, and there's nothing really on here, you know, profound or nothing. There's no way to wire the machine. It runs off track power. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. It looks like this is just a hard plastic that it's mounted on. At the ends down here. Hope all this is picking up real well. And switch points have little cutouts of the rails. Everything's metal except for the base, which is good. It's chunky. It's not as heavy as like a Lionel as I remember, but this seems to be a pretty positive throw on the switch points. That's a little loose. This one's better. The joints here, yeah, I'm gonna have to take a little bit of maybe a little sandpaper or something to it. It's got a little humps, but you know, it's just like any other thing. any other switch. Guardrail's kind of smallish. That's interesting. And it just starts right at the point of the frog there. So we'll see if that's an issue. And it looks like it's clipped in with these little pins, tabs from the opposite side. So I'm assuming if you took it apart, you could probably slide these rails out. And also right here, this is plastic. Hope I can focus on that. They're little plastic, like these, except for plastic. It looks like it just pops in there. So it looks like you can modularly take these rails out. I don't know. Maybe somebody will get brave and do that. But there's no instructions for switching the switch machine, so that's something I'll have to experiment with. But while I got it out here, I'm gonna call this my part one video. Got an old set of Lionel trucks. Just wanted to run it through. And it does bottom out. The truck wheels do bottom out on that frog, which, that's okay. Better than dropping into the frog. That's not bad. Do the curve side. It's hard to hold this phone and do this. I hadn't done anything out here in forever. I'm kind of out of practice. And I hope it's not too shaky. This is the important part here. I was looking to see. Yeah, the guardrail does actually work. Catches that wheel just before it hits the point. That's good. Okay. Now these are not fast angle wheels on this thing, so the fast angles would be a little smoother. It might be an issue right there. It is hitting that rough part of that. This is why I don't like this design on switches like this. It's bumping on that pretty severely, but might be able to buff that down a little bit. Like I said though, a better show of trucks may ride better, and we'll have to see how the locals do. Plus, it usually is pushing toward the points, this outside part. But anyway, well, I just want to give everybody a look at it. They're 60 bucks, which looks like you're getting your money's worth from what I've seen so far. That does light up the lantern, it says. I don't know what kind of light it's got, if it's got a little lamp or if it's an LED. I don't recall if it said. You can't do an auxiliary power to them that I know of, not yet. And they do want some feedback and comments on these. So I'm going to call this my part one video. The next video I do, I'll hook some track up to it, and I'll put a couple of locos on here, and we'll run it through here and see how it does. But it's a nice looking switch. I mean, I've got some Rosses and a couple of the K-lines. I love the metal frog. I'm so glad they did that instead of plastic. Just seems better built that way. I can get a view down there. You see the little tabs in the base. Anyway, that switch machine, I mean, it's honking out there, man. I tell you, it's a big one. But you know, hey, if it works for half the price of a Lionel or a Ross, I'd be on board. Question is, how do the locomotives run through it? Cars basically don't have a problem running through these switches. Just about any switch, but it's always the locomotives. Some are better than others. So glad they went with an 072. That's good, because you can do a crossover and, you know, actually have some kind of a decent little yard if you want to do it as 072s. It's just the price is fantastic. So anyway, I guess that'll be all for now. I'll hook it up to some track here. I'll post this video here so y'all can just get a look. I had to get one just to see. Alrighty, all for now.